Hey there guys, EctoMaster here, and welcome to my very first Travels with Ecto. In this premiere video, I guess, kind of, sort of, we're going on a Disney cruise, and actually this is the, this is the very first day, so we've got a little bit of travel to the port itself here. Sped this up just a little bit. It's not the whole thing. I recorded like 20 minutes, and I just kind of cut it down to some of the basics here. I will be talking about some other stuff later in the video, and again, welcoming you to day one. But this is the first day, and you can see in the background, there is the Wish. Now, this is the trip that got impacted by Hurricane Ian, so I will apologize ahead of time. For a few days, I didn't record much because, to be quite honest, there wasn't much for me to record. And at least I didn't think so. I think on like the fourth day, which was supposed to be our last day or our third day or something like that, I spent the majority of the day in like the movie theater watching movies, doing some trivia, things like that. So, but here we are, and as we come up to some people, I will introduce them, and as we come up. This is just the back of the ship there. We were actually stationed on the very, no, not the very back of it, but towards the back of it, towards the aft section. Now, I will apologize. My brother is there in front of me. There's my dad right next to him. And that would be my nephew. My sister is right there. And my brother-in-law is in front of my brother. Not seen yet is my mom, and you'll see her in a little bit.
Hi.
I mean, there's sound. It won't be one of Now, the silly little fake siren that I do there is due to the fact that I am physically handicapped and I do use a scooter to get around for the most part. So the GoPro is actually connected to a clamp on the scooter itself. So there are times that you'll see I'll turn and it'll kind of go a little askew, and it does get askew later on as well, and I will apologize for that. I noticed it and tried to fix it later. And if you hear this squeaking in the background, that is one of my wheels. Again, I do talk about this later in the video as well, so just as I did it on day one, I figured I can talk about it right now. So if you're in a scooter or something like that, you do get to use an elevator to go up rather than the escalator. It's not as grand, but hey. We were actually slightly complaining because we were 12, so just a little bit later, there's my mom in front of my sister, kind of next to her. Now, again, you are going to see a lot of butts because, unfortunately, being on the scooter, I am at that height. It's basically what my nephew sees pretty much the entire time. Right there, staring at everybody's butt.
You can see the pumpkin tree. Ooh, and then downhill drive.
AJ is my nephew. Now this next part is sped up just a little bit as we were going through Marceling Market here. The rest of my family went off to go set things up with like for my nephew, for the kids club. My dad went to go figure out some stuff. So my brother and I decided to hit Marceling Market and see about getting some food. Get a little bit of lunch. And then we come up to what I think is my favorite bit. I got stuck behind this guy for just a little bit, but he wasn't going very fast. I couldn't get around him. Others were going around me and him, and it was just like, come on, guy, just a little bit further. Come on, my brother's waiting for me. I would like to go and eat. And this kind gentleman let me through, so. Now, something funny happened. This door, for whatever reason, you can see my brother is constantly trying to get it to open. It's not opening. And the door in front of me starts closing. Another crew member came along, though, and helped me hold that. And I think we told him that it wasn't working. Now, everybody's moving incredibly fast at this point. My family finds it rather hilarious because I decided to speed this up. But this is the trek to the rooms, as it was time to go to it. They said at about 1, 2 o'clock we'd be good to go. So about 2 o'clock in the afternoon we headed out towards it. And I wanted to cut this down personally, but I just sped it up instead a little bit more than it was. Only because I had a good friend say that they liked how this kind of plays out, where my face kind of gets a little framed by the H and the wish. And this is where you can see that the camera is a little askew, and I apologize on that. I didn't realize it until later. The rest of my family came down the stairs. My dad, my brother-in-law, and I went in the elevator. I will say I'm not a big fan of the elevators on the Wish. They're very narrow, so even though it says maximum 20 people, you can't get 20 people in there. You can barely get 2 scooters in there, and maybe a person or 2, but other than that, the hallways were a decent size. There were a couple of times that I had to let others pass through, especially being on the scooter. But we were in staterooms 7676 and 7678. They do connect. And I slowed this down greatly so you can get a good view of the room. I believe it's called a deluxe ocean view stateroom or extended family. We basically had the queen size bed, the bunk size pull out there, the couch, a Murphy bed. It had the porthole window to which we actually could see our cards from. It was kind of funny. And if we so desired, you also have the bunk that pulls out from the top. But we only needed it for 4, basically 4 adults, and we all fit comfortably in the room. It's fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Now this is just taking a look at through some of the shops, through the windows, literally window shopping, because we're still in port. And we're going to be coming up to the leavings here in just a few moments.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, wishes do come true!
Now, you're going to see a little bit of a gap here. I realize that the camera is askew. And so my finger gets into the shot.
Hey, who's that up there? Is that Rider and Rapunzel I see? My goodness! welcome back to play. This grand hall enchantment everything.
It's my brother-in-law and my nephew are talking to the crew members, cast members, the entertainment crew who are doing Rapunzel and Flynn over there. My nephew's kind of a fan of them. And my parents are DVC members, so my dad had some questions about some of the... We didn't have the magnets on our door, and he was inquiring where they were. I'm also doing some of these video shots just to showcase the layout of everything. You can see Flynn and Rapunzel off to the right there. We're actually on our way to get to Keg and Compass. My brother went on to a cruise prior to us, so we actually already have a Wish mug.
No, but who's on the window?
Yeah.
And in fact, that's what my dad is carrying at the moment, is the Disney Wish mug. But we're on our way to Keg and Compass to get just a few more. And as I was saying earlier, you can hear the squeaking of the wheel in the back. It's rubbing up against something we're going to be taking a look at it into. I do apologize for that showing up in the videos, but at least you know that I'm coming, because you can hear it. Now, I absolutely loved Keg and Compass. It's probably my favorite place to be. It was a very nice bar. Not as big as some of the other sports bars and some of the other ships, but I did enjoy the selection of drinks that they had. I didn't grab very many, but I did enjoy them.
Hi.
I was trying to get some of the details around the room, but there wasn't much. Now, this is just before going on to, before we set sail. This is probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:30, somewhere around that. Well, somewhere around that. It is before the party. And I didn't really film the party as there was a lot of people, but I do have this for everybody. A bit of a sound warning coming up. They do the test, and you can kind of see my crutches there. They're attached to a thing on an apparatus on the back of the scooter itself. Here it comes.
Followed by one long blast of the ship's whistle, accompanied by the sounding of the alarms. This will mark the start of today's safety briefing. Please pay close attention to the information provided. At this time, we ask that all crew members working in guest areas continue to suspend services and stay in place until the end of the safety briefing. We ask that all guests also remain in place for the duration of the safety briefing. If you happen to be in a location where the guest safety briefing video is broadcast on a screen, please remain in that location. Listen to the announcement and follow along with the video. Once again, at the conclusion of this announcement, the general alarm will be sounded. If you have small children or sensitive hearing, you may want to cover your ears. Thank you.
Now, to be quite honest, being there, it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't as loud as you thought. Though, standing in certain spots, it may have been a little bit too loud, but it depended really on where you were. You can see a little bit of the Cellaway party there. My nephew was having a bit of fun jumping around, dancing along. We were on deck 12, but I cut the music out just because. I just missed the beginning of it. I didn't know they were going to do that. Now, I did have a. Nope, I'm sorry. There's more to the horn there. I'm sorry, I forgot that was coming up. I did have a question about whether or not the rain off in the distance was Hurricane Ian. I'll let the horn do its thing here. Alright, now we're going to speed it up. You can see that we're pulling away from the dock here and from the port. As I was saying, I had to question whether or not the rain in the distance was Hurricane Ian. It was not. This was Monday, the 26th, so we were still quite a ways away from any impact with Ian. Now, I do have more of this footage towards the end of the video. I decided to add it onto there just so you guys could enjoy it. A little bit of B-roll at the end. You sit and watch, and I will sit and watch and enjoy. And I will say it later, but if you've enjoyed thus far, don't forget to subscribe, like. If you want to leave a comment down below, please do so. This is my first time doing a vlog, travel vlog, kind of like this. I want to do more, so comments and everything like that, greatly appreciated. I'm again, first time doing this. I'm usually on twitch.tv/EctoMaster, live streaming gaming or ghost talk, so to do something a little different. Now, the sound in this is sped up. You can't hear it. I put it in for a reason, because the rest of the family went off to go do their things. My brother and I decided to head to Hyperspace Lounge. It was the only time that I believe any of us went into it. And here I am just trying to navigate around everybody. So you come up to the bayou. If you're coming from aft, you want to head forward, put the bayou onto head to the port side, put bayou on your right as it's in the middle, and Hyperspace Lounge is right there. And basically from here, I'm going to let myself do some of the talking, reiterating some of the stuff I've already talked about in the video, but I forgot that I recorded some of this. So, you know, it's Tatooine that we came up to there.
That way I'm kind of not.
Alrighty. Take it away, Ecto. At any point here. Come on, man. Let's do it. Come on. Let's go. I'm showing you one of the hyperspace jumps. I get another view of it in a few minutes here. It's a little bit better. Everyone, and welcome to day one of the Disney cruise. I'm sorry I didn't do another intro sooner than this. There was a lot going on. It was the first day, and well, here it is. I am chilling in the Hyperspace Lounge. The rest of my family, who you've seen intermittently throughout the videos, and will see through intermittently throughout the videos. They're off to go see one of the shows. I'm feeling a little tired. So I'm going to finish up my drink here and then head back to the room. I might even do a little tour of the room. I showed a little bit of it probably earlier in the video. I don't know. I'm kind of splicing this as I go. Yeah. Tonight we have 1923. So I'll be using, doing something, using a gimbal with that to, I don't know, get the lay of the land, I guess, and go over dinner and everything. Tomorrow and the next day we have Marvel. We do have Halloween night tomorrow night, and then Pirate night the night after. And then the fourth day we will do Arendelle, and that'll be where we end it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you enjoyed everything. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and all that fun stuff. Comment down below, blah, 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 blah. Other than that, see you guys in the next one. Bye! I'm at it. I might as well go ahead and talk about some of the things that you might see and have happen. I am physically disabled, so in fact, I use a scooter to get around. And in fact, I have right here, on the scooter itself, a little clamp that holds on to my GoPro, so while I'm driving around, I actually am filming from the GoPro, from the scooter itself. So if you hear like a squeaking in the background, that is one of my wheels. I'm sorry, it is doing that. But I am using a mix of different tools to do this. That is just one of them that I found a creative way to do. Mustafar Black Ale. It's really good. I did enjoy it quite a lot. But yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a heads up on that. So if you're hearing like a squeaking in some of the videos of the go-to and going around, that is my scooter. That is a wheel on the scooter. It's fine. It works. It just, we don't know why it makes the noise it just does. So I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Okay? Good. Alright. Thanks, Ecto. Here we go. We got another review of the jump to hyperspeed, light speed, whatever. Don't know where we ended up. I think it's the remnants of Alderaan. This is the lobby, or the atrium, whatever you want to call it. This is just outside of 1923. I did not head back to the room. I actually, I wanted to kind of head back, relax for a little bit. But they were in a show, and the show was coming to an end, and I was like, alright, well, I'll meet up with you guys. I think they wanted to go look in the store. We ended up looking around in the store. I don't have any video of the store itself, but this is it. I decided just to get the atrium at least. That's just me messing with the GoPro. I do apologize on some of the sound. I was getting parts for the GoPro and pieces for the GoPro all the way up to the end, just before the cruise, and the last thing I figured I probably needed was an audio splitter so I could use a lavalier mic and the shotgun mic. I do mention using a gimbal. I ended up using this power bank stick from Ulanzi. It worked infinitely better than the gimbal, mainly because I could keep the microphone on it. Now this is 1923 where we were seated at. I think it was 706. One of our servers there, Gloria. I don't think that's Gloria. There's Gloria. Gloria.
Excellent. Nice
She
to
was
see you.
absolutely fantastic.
Welcome to 1923.
Lavendra was also very, very
Are we ready
good.
for the party?
And in the bottom right there, you can see a bit of the menu.
I like your shirt,
as I tried to
How did he know your name?
Yes, I like your shirt. Cute. Can I borrow for tomorrow night, please?
Can you borrow it?
Thank you. Very generous.
You didn't even know what he just said?
Did you know?
No. Alright, and here's the last bit of the B-roll. I was going to say B footage of us just leaving the port. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of it. And I will see you in the next one.